In this same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated his own body, but he feeds and cares for it, just as Christ does the church. For we are members of his body. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh. Suppose you're having car problems. You're always taking it into the garage to get it repaired, and then one day the repairman says, we got a lot of work to do. It's going to cost a lot of money to fix this car. What's the normal thing that a person would do? I'll tell you what, just forget about it. I'm just going to trade it in for a newer model. Is that something unusual, strange? No, we all have done that, haven't we? But let's take this illustration and change it. Suppose a man breaks his arm in several places. He goes to a doctor, and the doctor says, sir, we're going to have to do a lot of surgery to fix this arm, and it's going to cost a lot of money. What would you think if the man said, forget it, doctor, just cut off my arm and give me somebody else's arm? Now, how many of y'all would say that is strange for him to cut off his body? Why? Because the parts of our body are more important than a car. But unfortunately, many people treat their wives in the same way they treat a car. If it's too hard to fix, it just gives you problems. All it's doing is your marriage is breaking down, and this person's griping and complaining, and things are not working. Just time out, just forget it. I'm ready to get a divorce, and I want a newer model. See, now we're saying, some of you think, well, there's nothing strange about that. Wait a minute. The Apostle Paul says, love your wife as your own what? As your own body. That's why even if a person broke his arm, he doesn't say it's too costly to repair it, just cut it off. No, he says, I don't care what it takes. You got to fix it. Because you know why? We care about our bodies. We will do anything we can to fix it. Now, does that mean because you love your body? How many of y'all know you love your body? The Bible says you do. How many of y'all say, I'm not sure if I love my body? Let me see your hand. No, listen, I'll prove it to you. You're confusing loving your body with being happy with your body. Sometimes we are not too happy with our bodies. Isn't that true? For example, I'm not too thrilled about my gut. I don't like that part of my body. You know what I mean? But you know what? I'm going to take care of it. And you know what? I don't care with this gut of mine. I still go to the table and I eat some more food. Because I'm going to feed it. And I'm going to take care of it. And even though I don't like this gut, I cover it with a nice suit so that you think I'm thin. In other words, I'm going to clothe it, I'm going to feed it, I'm going to take care of it. I may not be happy with the body. My body may be sick. It doesn't mean I want a gun to my head and say, just kill me now. No, instead, if I'm sick and my body is throwing up, you know what I do? I work at healing it. I go to the doctor. I get some medicine. If I need surgery, I get a surgery. In other words, I'll do what I can to fix this body of mine because it is important. Do you see the illustration Paul is saying? You may not always be happy with your body, but you still love it. You love it enough to feed it, to clothe it, to take care of it, to give it medicine, to do what it can. If you don't like your face, you get yourself a facelift. It doesn't mean you don't it doesn't mean you don't love your body. It means you're not happy with it. And if you're not happy, you fix it. You understand? And for some of you, you've gone through liposuction. What does that mean? Because you don't love your body? No, you went through it because you love it enough to try to fix the problem. So you'll go through plastic surgery, liposuction, Botox, whatever. It doesn't mean that you don't love your body. It means just the opposite. You do love it enough to take care of it and to fix it and fix areas that you are not happy with. So in our marriage, we may not be happy with our body. But marriage is the two becoming one, help me out, one flesh. The couple has become one body. Now, you may not be happy with how the body's working. Because one hand slapping the other hand slapping the other, the foot kicking the other. You're just fighting. But you know what? You still love your body enough to work at fixing it. And what I'm saying is your marriage is more important than an automobile. I don't blame you trading in that car for a newer model, because it's just a car. It's just a thing. But to treat your spouse like it's a car that you can just divorce and get another model, you are degrading that person to an object instead of recognizing that person is made in the image and likeness of God. You made a covenant before God to stay married to life. And now you're just treating this marriage as though it is just something that is useless. It's served its purpose. It's breaking too much. It's time just to get rid of it and go on with something else. And that's not the right approach. We are devaluing marriage if that's our purpose. Now, I hope it's great to be happy with your body. Basically, you're happy with your marriage when you're happy with your body. I wish all of us could be like this man in the film Fireproof. This teaching is based on that film. And I wish all of us could love our body like this fella.
Hey, you look good. Where were we? Come on! That ain't funny! This ain't no show! Why can't we all come to the same obvious conclusion? That I am the man.
How many of y'all know that man is having a honeymoon with himself? He's happy. And you know, it's wonderful to be happy and married. Because you're like this man, like, man, I look good. I like this. This is a good life. And in this case, you're not looking to fix things. You're just happy and married. But all of us are not like this fella who's happy with himself. You look in the mirror and you think, I can't believe I've turned into that. How many of y'all have even looked in your mirror and thought, Dad? Where did you come from? I thought you were dead. And you're thinking, what's happened to this body? What's going on? And some of you are like that in your marriage. What's happening? This is not what I signed up on. I thought we were going to be happy. All it is you're unhappy right now, but love your spouse like you love your own body. And what would you do with your body? Cut off and amputate the parts that are bothering you? No. You know what you do? You work at healing the parts that are sick. You work at fixing the blemishes that you don't like. You work at covering up the parts that you can't change. In other words, you work at treating your spouse like your body.